Alright, I don't like doing these part 1 and part 2 videos, but I put the bilge pump in and I showed you how I replaced the bilge pump that was in the boat. But also I found the problem with the bilge pump that I bought. So this was already 12 minutes, so part 2 is going to be I'm going to actually Gorilla Glue a bilge pump to the bottom to get it lower and for it to pump out faster. But you'll see this one right here, how high the water goes with the regular bilge pump, and then how I converted it in the next one. I think it's going to be like how I Gorilla Glued a bilge pump or Gorilla Glue bilge pump, and you'll find it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye. What's going on, Trail 2323 here. Today I'm going to go over testing out a bilge pump and installing the bilge pump. I got to get the cover off here to get to the battery box. And I bought a new battery to put in. This one right here sat for probably 5 years. So, something happened. Alright, this one right here sat for about 5 years. So I'm going to get this battery out, put the new one in. And there's a bilge pump in here. I'm going to see if that works. But also I bought another bilge pump, alright? Stay with me. The battery box that actually was in the boat. It could be strapped down more. But there's the older bilge pump right there. With the connections, that connection is like really rusted out. And this one right here, let's see, apparently there was a fuse on there somewhere. It's not there, so you know what, I'm probably gonna replace this whole fuse, this whole bilge pump right here, and the hose is broken right here. So I'm gonna get this out, put the new battery in, then I'll go from there. All right, bye. Okay, so the bilge pump wires are pretty shabby right here, so I'm going to replace the bilge pump wires. I got a brand new bilge pump anyway, so I'll probably just replace the whole bilge pump. One thing I wanted to show you is with the tires, they should not be sitting directly on the ground. The ground, when it's dry, will dry rot your tires, so they should be. So I had actually that brick underneath there with that tire off the ground, and this brick sitting on the sidewalk, but there was some water in there. So in order to drain the water out this side over here, I had to put the jack to lift it up. But if you notice right here, there's still water up there, so the front of it is not high enough. So I got to put a cinder block underneath the front to make it higher, so all the water could drain to the back. Okay, I got the bilge pump off, and it's not automatic or nothing like that. There's just a pump at the bottom, so it got to be on. I connected the wires and it didn't go on, so this is the one I'm replacing it with, automatic bilge pump that goes on when it needs to go on. No external float switch required. And actually I brought this on clearance from Menards. So this one right here I took off already, and there's 3 flatheads to unscrew. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew those 3 flatheads right now. Since I'll be running new hoses for the bilge pump, I'm gonna take the bilge pump hose off also. So I'm gonna take the bilge pump hose off and those right there to get that out the way. Okay, it was pretty neat. The previous owner made this metal bracket right here. See, everything screwed onto the bottom, and this was screwed into the sidewall right here. But it was kind of high off the ground. It wasn't sitting on the ground. It sits a little bit higher off the ground. So okay, so the other camera is out of memory, so I switched to my little camera right here. Hopefully you can hear me pretty good. My son went to go get me some alligator clips, these little alligator clips right here, so we could put to the edges of the terminal of the bilge pump. And what I'm going to do right now, before I install everything and hook it down, I'm going to put it in a little bucket of water just to make sure that it works. So we stripped the edges right now, and he's going ahead and putting them on. And what I wanted to show you with this bilge pump, it don't need an on and off switch because there's a little float inside that starts the motor. I'm going to mount it on the same steel bracket, but before I mount it, before I shoot the screws, I have to find out which way the base goes of it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the bucket and connect the switches to make sure that it's going to shoot water. I'll be right back. It says the way I'm hooking it up is this wire with the white and brown is actually not going to be connected, and that's for a separate switch. These 2 wires is just for the black and for the positive right here, but it shouldn't pump any water until it's makes it to the level. So I'm going to hook one to the positive side of it and then one to the negative, and my son's going to put some water in it so he can see if the switch is going to go ahead and work. Okay, now this one's not connected. And you figure by now it will be draining, right? Oh, oh, oh. There it goes. You see it started squirting out water right there. So yeah, it squirts out really fast. So this does have to be mounted all the way down really low. So I'm going to go ahead now and mount it all the way down. Go ahead and do it one more time. Okay. Yeah, that's a 800 gallon per hour. It's a C-Sense 800 gallon per hour pump. So I'm going to go ahead and mount it down now that I know that it works right, and it's all on alligator clips. So I'm going to, tape these around right here, and this way I can disconnect it whenever I don't need to. Now this is a separate on and off switch, so we don't got to use the alligator clips, but I'm going to go ahead with the alligator clips for now. Okay, these are the screws it comes with. They're not self-tapping screws, but I already tried it right here to know which way the hose got to go, because this bolts into the wall right here. So this is the way it's going to go. So I'm going to try to actually just shoot these screws in with a drill. Hopefully they go in and snag, but if not, I'm going to have to drill out the hose. Okay, so what I did here is, since I got my drill new holes, I put this in here, I lined them with the pencil, where I'm going to have to put the holes in, and I use a starter punch. Let me see this. Gotta do it the whole way. And that right there actually gives you the hole that you need where your drill bit to start going in. I'm going to get my drill bit for the right size and start on that. It actually just a tad bit smaller than your screw. So this is drill bit I'm going to use, and it's just a little bit smaller than the screw. Be sure to wear glasses when you're drilling that out, because you'll be surprised with these little shards when you hit through with the drill that they pop back up. So then that should line up perfectly. I'm going to get that screwed in, and then I'm going to screw this back in the side, and we'll see how it works. Jack of all trades, master of none. I got that screwed in there. They're sticking out the bottom a little bit, but it's screwed in there real tight. As long as those ain't hitting the bottom right here where it got to screw in, it's going to be alright. Let me see, as long as this could go right where it's supposed to be, yeah, it should be able to screw in fine, then the bilge pump is going to be okay. It sits pretty low. This is where the battery sits, so at least hopefully it should start draining before the battery starts to drain. But anyways, this is where it sits, and I'll probably bend this down a little bit more. So let me get that screwed in right now. I'm so glad the bilge pump pops off of here, because it was easier to get the screwdriver across to tighten up the bolts to right here. This right here was the owner fabricated to hold the bilge pump on, and actually it sits pretty low. I mean, I guess try to bend it down some more, but that's pretty good right there where it's at. You know what I don't like is nobody should step on it, but if somebody does step on it, hell, I would hate for that to poke a hole in the bottom or something like that. So I'm thinking about taking it off and grinding those screws down just a little bit, because the screws are actually sticking out the bottom of this right here. But nobody technically should step on the bilge pump, because they'll break it. So I grinded them down with an angle grinder. Took all the points off and grinded them down some, but left enough meat on there where it's not going to unscrew. Okay, the bilge pump is installed. The clamps go on there. This one right here says to just silicone the tip of it if you're not going to use it on and off switch. So I'm actually going to tape it up, and it's just going to sit inside the box like this is where it's going to be at. And then the other two have clamps on them, or they're going to be clamped on here, but when it's not in use I can just take it off. Also bought was this bilge pump plumbing kit, because I'm going to redo the whole plumbing for it. It got the holes, the bulkheads, and the fittings, so I'm going to put that on right now also. The bulkhead to put on the boat, but I'm not going to run a bulkhead. I'm going to run the clamp to the top of the boat like that. Pretty much self-explanatory. All you do is you put your hose fitting on first. When you put your hose fitting on, you put it on your pump, hold it so you don't crack anything because it is plastic, and then you tighten your clamp down right here. Now I'm going to reuse the clamp that was here to hold the hose, and then I got to get another hose clamp to put right there where the actual water shot out right there. But I'm going to leave a little bit extra where it could kind of hold down right there. The hose connector did go on there, but it's the right size for the pump, but it actually is a little bit loose in there. Now this one right here is cracked, so I'm going to go look for something else that I could use to hold that on. But the other one just came to like right here, where I'm going to actually have it hang off the back of the boat some. What I did is I just drilled through the clamp. I opened it up and then I'm going to clamp the hose back into this like this, and then screw it back down tight, and then that's going to hold the clamp like that. That's going to hold the hose. Okay, bilge pump connected with a hose clamp right here, connected to the bottom. This is the old hose, the old holder to hold it back in place. I actually drilled through the hose clamp and it connected. You can't pull it in or out. It's connected pretty good, but I am going to cut the hose down here, so if it's pumping out, it's actually pumping out. It's not going to be, the other guy had it like cut right here. I'm going to give myself a lot of play right here, and then the motor mounts right here. So that's installing the bilge pump. We've seen that it worked because I put it inside the plastic container. I got my hose clamps right here that are going to be in the battery poster right here, my alligator clamp, so I'm just going to clamp them on here. I'm going to put another one of these probably over here so I could just clamp onto the side of this right here. And I put my new clips on the fish finder, so that's going to be a whole new video. Alright, bye. Well, thanks for watching. And also, one thing, if you can, go ahead and subscribe. I'm always doing different stuff, different things. A jack of all trades, master of none. So check out some of my other videos also. Alright, bye. Let me show you something here. See where I got this mounted? I got it mounted exactly where the other bilge pump was, right? There's almost that much water in the full boat. From right here to right here, water in the boat. I mean, that's at least 3 inches of water in the entire boat, and this bilge pump is not pumping yet. I physically had to take it off and put it all the way to the bottom. Now it is moving water, but I had to take it out and put it all the way to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is take that off of there and actually epoxy it to the bottom of the boat, and then put the bilge pump all the way on the bottom of the boat. Because if the bilge pump was sitting on the bottom, it would have been pumping out already. See, if it was sitting on the bottom, it would have been pumping out already. But seeing that it's off the ground, it's really not pumping out. I mean, I got like almost 3 inches of water in the boat, and it still wasn't pumping out. I actually took it off to put it in there, and then it started pumping. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and that's going to be tomorrow, and then I'll show you what it is. But like I said, I got it on the same harness that the other guy had it on, and it wasn't pumping any water already, and I had over 3 inches of water in the boat. So like I said, I'm going to take it off of there, and I'm going to epoxy it actually to the floor of the boat, and this way it'll start pumping a lot sooner. Alright, bye.